Today I'll walk you through top 5 suburbs that I like to suggest that you can consider for your next rental. These areas are so close and so much more affordable than other expensive areas of Sydney suburbs that you can reach Sydney City within 10 kilometers of distance by public transport. I'm Sue, and I'm here to help first generation migrants in Sydney to settle and succeed their migration journey from day one. If you're currently in Sydney, or if you're in the process of trying to settle in Sydney and finding work, then stick around till the end of the video. I have a guide that might be useful for you. The suburbs that I'll be walking through today are all based on southern part of Sydney City. And you may be able to find as low as $270 per week to rent a one-bedroom studio accommodation. So let's see what these are. The first suburb that I like to introduce is called Croydon Park. Croydon Park is located nearby adjacent suburb known as Croydon, and also waterfront areas such as Canada Bay, Leichhardt, and also Five Dock, which is one of my favorite places to visit for the weekend catch-ups to meet my friends and also have a wonderful brunch nearby cafes. Croydon Park so far has a rent that is as low as $270 to find a studio accommodation, and this is a place that you mustn't miss. I like to add a disclaimer by saying that the prices I mentioned in this video won't necessarily stay true tomorrow because it can change quite quickly. Another disclaimer that I like to add is when we are searching a place with a low budget, you may not get all the amazing options available, but don't forget, this is not your final destination, but this is your initial area of settlement so that you can find your feet living in Sydney. The second suburb that I like to recommend is a place called Concord. And Concord is one of my very favorite places that I like to keep on coming back due to its wonderful environment and vibe that it has. Right now in Concord, you can find 3-bedroom unit for $600 per week. The third place that I like to recommend is a suburb called Earwood. Earwood is located nearby adjacent suburbs such as Marrickville, Campsie, and Lakemba. Also, I add a bonus point to this suburb for being its liveliness and its character for being close to waterfront suburb. Earwood right now you can find 2-bedroom unit for $650 per week. If you're finding this content helpful in any ways, don't forget to hit like button. The fourth suburb that I like to recommend is a place called Tempe. Tempe is really near to Sydney Airport, and also it has a Kia store. So give a consideration for that reason, and if that is not enough for you, consider the fact that how it's close to Marrickville, which is full of eateries. Right now in Tempe, you can find 1-bedroom studio for $380 per week. If you want to see more details that I mentioned throughout the video, don't forget to check below. The fifth place I like to recommend is a suburb called East Lakes. East Lake is so close to Sydney CBD, it is having 7-kilometer distance only, and also East Lake is near to Sydney Airport. And not only that, if you are a beach lover, this place you definitely don't want to miss, as you can ride a bicycle. Within 40 minutes, you'll be able to arrive Bondi Beach or Coogee Beach or Double Bay. And what's more, the best part is you can find 1-bedroom studio for $350 per week. Hey guys, if you find this video helpful to you in any way, please don't forget to press like. And if you want to see similar content in the future more, don't forget to press subscribe so that you'll be notified first when the new video arrives. So here's a tip that I like to share for skilled working migrants coming to Sydney, Australia, for those who are looking for a job or in the process of trying to take your career further. In Sydney, Australia, networking is extremely fundamental and it's very important. And this is probably the number one reason you should consider living near to Sydney CBD. Living Sydney CBD during initial stage of your settlement will give you extra advantage being able to be frequently connected and be able to attend those networking sessions. And you might ask, hey, I am only looking for a job that is remote work and I don't really care that, I'm meeting other people because I'll be happy as long as I get my internet sorted and I'll get my money paid and I'll be all happy with that. And you know what? If that is the case for you, then networking is not necessary for you. But this is a message that I like to share for those who seriously want to take your career to next level and want to really expand your potential and see what's available for you. You must network, and also trying to have an open mind that you generally want to build a long-lasting relationship. And so that you can really get to understand what are the things happening in Sydney, Australia, but also what are the roles you can play, and with the skills that you brought from overseas, how they can benefit people here. And one of the best way to do that is just purely networking and talking to them. This is what I really like to say for a lot of migrants, because a lot of people during in their settlement stage are quite overwhelmed with a lot of tasks they have to go through. And this is really important not to forget, because it will help you to really the desired state that you want to be, and that is probably the main reason you came to Sydney, Australia in the first place. So don't forget, networking is really important. And for that reason, I do want you to consider living in Sydney CBD during initial stage as close as possible to take a full advantage of. Networking is not happening overnight. Networking is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So don't try to just meet one or two person and, it's not really getting me the job that I want to. Don't think like that. It is something that you want to start doing it from day one when you come to Sydney, Australia. And if you haven't been doing it, start now. Go and meet people and try to find how you can add value to society and the industry, and even to a company or even to one individual might be curious to know about you more. So don't be shy, go out and speak and network as much as you can and see where it takes you further. So I'd like you guys to leave a comment below of what you thought about these suggestions and whether this can be a suitable option for you. And if there's anything else that you'd like to know more, please leave your feedback in the below.